again, everybody, from Tornado Alley on the campus of Booker High School. It's high school football, and you're looking at the kickoff between the Booker Tornadoes and the Archbishop Curly Knights. Taking the kickoff and getting very little running room is Andrew Woon, number 12, a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore for the Knights, who will have the ball first at the start of this ball game, the first of the season here on Comcast in 1994. Welcome on in, everybody. We would like to thank our game sponsors tonight. They are Albertsons in the Landings and the Play It Again Sports in the Sarasota Crossing Shopping Center, I-75 at Fruitville. Ball is spotted at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Bishop Curly. In motion goes Juan Mejia. The quarterback is Andrew Livingston. Dive up the middle is stopped by Booker very quickly. And making the stop for the Tornadoes was Ben Whitman, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. And the Booker Tornadoes drop them for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Archbishop Curly Knights, who come from Miami. Curly sets up. Coming wide to the near side is Mike Scott. To the far side, it's Flore Castaneda. And now a shift, and Mike Michelle comes out in the slot, and we have some movement on the line by Curly. Curly had some problems getting to this ball game. As you are watching it, it is, of course, at our normal Saturday morning broadcast time. But this game is starting about a half hour late. Curly's bus broke down south of Naples, and so it delayed their arrival here, but we've managed to get underway fairly close. We have an illegal procedure call for a false start, movement on the line. It'll cost Curly 5 yards, and they will face 2nd down and 15. Our officials for tonight's game. The referee is Bob Hipple. The umpire is Dave Sabatka. The linesman is Phil Hunt. The line judge, Jeff Peers. Bob Williams is the back judge, and the clock operator is Gerard Murphy. Livingston sets his Knights down, hands off to the second man. That's Suarez, and Suarez is swarmed. Tony Campbell and Matt Beltrame making the stop for the Tornadoes. Here's a look at it again. And watch here as the Booker line just kind of takes the play, and look at the great hit in the backfield. Just underway at Tornado Alley. Miami Curly on its first possession faces 3rd down. Now they send trips to the left side. Livingston pulls it back down, runs left, has a little room, and never gets back to the 10-yard line. He may have gotten a half a yard out of a gain, but it sure was great defense by the Booker Tornadoes. Matt Beltrame, a 6', 225-pound linebacker, makes the stop again. And watch how the Tornadoes just string this out on the replay. They have him in the backfield. He tries to turn out, and Livingston just never had anywhere to go. Curly will punt. Livingston is the man who will do the kicking. For the Tornadoes, Delvecchio Walls is the return man. Walls will also do the kicking tonight, so he'll be on both sides of the punt team. Walls picks it up at the 45-yard line. Back to the 40, finds some room on the right side, is tripped up at the 23-yard line. Delvecchio Walls got some running room, made a nice return back to the 45-yard line where Dutch Neuweiler made the stop. So it's 3 downs and out for Miami Curly. And the Tornadoes will take over. And look for a potent running attack under Glenn Gant, their quarterback. In his 2nd year, he is a senior for the Tornadoes. Gant had the reins last year, but the man to look for is number 7, John. They call him the touchdown maker, Baker. But Gant is set to throw. Throws left side, and going into the end zone for a touchdown for Booker is Mike Hawthorne. Hawthorne, a 6'3", 185-pound wide receiver, did a slant in and was wide open, and it's one play and one touchdown. Take a look at the replay from the wide angle. Watch the slant in pattern. There's the pass and the touchdown. A 23-yard touchdown play. Here's the extra point. Delvecchio Walls to try. He is not the number one kicker. The kick is good. And we'll be back with more of tonight's game. Right now, it's Booker 7, Miami Curly nothing.
For used sports equipment of all kinds and even new sporting goods, visit your nearby Play It Again sports store. Our equipment may be used, but it's not used up.
Play It Again Sports. Look for us in the Sarasota Crossing Shopping Center, just a half a mile west of I-75 on Fruitville Road. You can't miss us. Play It Again Sports, Sarasota Crossing Shopping Center.
How about that?
How about that? Once again, Showtime scores big with some of today's hottest stars, ready to jump through hoops just to entertain you. You'll find fabulous original movies and great box office hits, all exclusive to Showtime. That means if you want to see them on TV, Showtime's the only place to turn. You're guaranteed the best seat in the house for all the rockin' and rollin' when you have Showtime. Call Comcast today.
The Booker Tornadoes have a 7-0 lead as we open up our 1994 high school football season here on Comcast Cable TV Channel 4. You can tell it's football season. The Gators are getting ready to play. The Knowles are getting ready to play. The Bucks are in Chicago, and the Booker Tornadoes have just kicked off for the second time tonight. Taking the kick is Pablo Suarez at the 5-yard line. He spun around and wrestled down at the 14. What a big hit on Suarez. The Booker Tornadoes are swarming tonight. They are really doing some hits. And the ball will be spotted at, where are they going to spot it? The 10-yard line, the 11-yard line. First and 10 for the Booker Tornado, for the Curly Knights. Livingston, the quarterback, has everybody in tight. Wide receiver on the right side. Tries to keep it himself, goes around right in, gets some room. Gets into the secondary across the 30-yard line to the 31. A gain on the play of about 20 yards and enough for the first down. They're going to spot the ball instead at the 27-yard line. A gain of 17 on the play. It'll be first and 10. Curly sends a wide receiver, Mike Scott, to the near side. To the far side, it's Flori Castaneda. And now coming out into the slot is Andrew Woon. Livingston, hands off, first man through, and he's going to get a few yards out to about the 33-yard line. Carrying the ball for Curly is Vlad Pierre, number 24. It will be second down after the gain of 4. Second down and, well, call it 3. Second down and 7 with the ball at the 32-yard line. 8:10 to go on the first quarter clock. Booker's opened up a 1-touchdown lead as Curly. Livingston hands off to Suarez. Suarez on second effort gets across the 35, close to the first down at the 37-yard line. We'll see where it's spotted. He's about a yard shy. It'll be third down. Third and 1 for Curly. In this situation, you can look for Livingston to kind of keep it himself. He's done well the one time he carried. Wide to the near side for Curley is Mike Scott. V formation, the veer in the backfield for Archbishop Curley. We've got some motion and some flags. We'll see which way it goes. Referee Bob Hipple sorting it out. Here's the signal. Dead ball foul, encroachment against Booker, so that means it will be Curley, 1st and 10, with the ball at the 42-yard line. Their second first down of the night. Booker is yet to get a first down. They went 23 yards on their first offensive play on a pass play from from Glenn Gant to Livingston. Pitch back is to Suarez, and he's not going to find any room as Delvecchio Walls stood him up and rode him out of bounds. Loss of about 4 on the play, all the way back to the 38-yard line. Nice play by Delvecchio Walls. Here's a look at it again, and watch the pitch back to Suarez, and there's almost no disguise here. You have to look at the play of George Gibson, who helped string that out. He beat his blocker, the guy who was trying to block him, and Gibson for the Tornadoes prevented that play from turning upfield in time for Delvecchio Walls to come up and make the stop. Clock stops now. The officials say let's play football. 2nd down and 14. Livingston up under center. Now he's got the pro set, and again encroachment as the left side of the Booker defensive line jumps. And we'll see if he was drawn off. Hipple looks to the officials, says dead ball foul, encroachment. And they just gave back 5 yards after dropping him for a 4-yard loss. And that stick is way too far forward. That needs to be back about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 where the ball is actually spotted. Stick is way too close to that 45-yard line. But I'm not going to criticize. 6:57 to go in the first quarter. Livingston keeps it himself. Now he pitches back, and what a hit! My, was Mike Scott knocked backwards. Mike Scott got rammed. Or tornadoed, I guess. We're not at that field yet. Take a look at the replay and look at this hit on Mike Scott. Bam! Ronnie Williams came up and really nailed him. Loss of 7. It'll be 3rd down and 15. 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14 here. So the Curly Knights need a bunch here. Livingston fakes the handoff and is dropped in the backfield. I'm not sure if he ever did give it to Suarez. I don't think he did. Stop was made by Danny Williams.
Stop by Danny Williams. Officials timeout.
The officials take a timeout as Curly prepares to punt the football away. A loss on the play brings it back to the 34-yard line. Call it 4th down and about 19. Long way to go for the Curly Knights, and we'll be back with more of tonight's football action right after this.
When families in your community fell down on their luck, you pulled them back on their feet. When local children reached a crossroads, you were there to point the way. When people in your area faced health crises, you touched them in a way that made all the difference. This year, through your united way, you reached those who needed help. You touched your entire community. thank you for being one of our helping hands.
Received for the Tornadoes, Temecula Wall.
Miami Curly's Livingston is back to punt. Back deep for the Booker Tornadoes is Del Vecchio Walls. There's the kick, barely gets away. It's going to be a short punt. It will bounce at the 43-yard line, and the Tornadoes will move away from as it is down at the 36. It is there that the Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10. Tornadoes have yet to get a first down, but they did get the football first time out and went 23 yards. I'll get it straight. They went 23 yards on a pass play for a touchdown. First game of the season, and I need to get my mouth in shape, folks. Hope you enjoyed Harpoon Howie's pregame show this morning at 9:30. It'll be there next Saturday as well before our coverage of Sarasota and Coral Gables. And the Tornadoes are ready to go. Hand off to John Baker, and Baker's got 12, and a flag goes down right away. Andrew Woon on the tackle. We're going to stop the clock as the Tornadoes get their first down. Tackle was made by Curvins Jacob. And we have a flag, and the clip is the call against Booker. And they're going to spot it way back. Here's the replay. There's Baker. That's not it. That's it right there. There was the clip. The guy didn't really go down, but it still hit him in the back. 15 yards on the penalty, and the Booker Tornadoes are going to go way back. Ball is spotted at the 26-yard line. First down and about 19 for the Tornadoes. Gant calls the signals. Looking back to throw, going out over the middle, complete. And Del Vecchio Walls may go all the way. Del Vecchio Walls. A 76-yard touchdown play. They're going to spot it at the 26, a 74-yard touchdown play. 74 yards. The drive took 1 minute and 4 seconds. Here's a look at it again. And watch as Del Vecchio Walls just gathers in the pass from Gaunt. Eludes a bunch of guys. Now here's a block right there that springs them loose. That block by Mike Hawthorne set Walls up for the touchdown. Walls will try to add a point here. And it is good, and Del Vecchio Walls. And the Booker Tornadoes are up 14-0 with 4:39 to go in the first quarter. We need to tell you that Archbishop Curly last week had their jamboree down in Miami. They played a half, and they were down by 28 points when it ended. It may not be a good outing here for them either. The only thing that the clipping penalty delayed was the touchdown. And actually all it did was made it a longer play. This could be a long night for Archbishop Curly. I mean, it was bad enough that the bus broke down south of Naples. Maybe that should have been an omen for them. John Baker will do the kicking now for the Tornadoes. He's a boy we'll be talking about a lot tonight. Last week in the tune-up game called the Kickoff Classic, Baker had 251 yards rushing, 17 carries. Boy, did he have fun. Pablo Suarez is the man in the middle, but it will come down to Andrew Woon, who drops it. He gets knocked off the football. Does he contain it? He got it at the 20-yard line, but what a hit. George Gibson wasn't going to give him an inch. George Gibson just really put a hit on Andrew Woon.
First and 10 from the 19-yard line.
So the Curly Knights will get the ball at the 19. And maybe they can mount a drive. Their last drive went 6 plays, but didn't net them much. Certainly no points. They're trailed by 2 touchdowns. As Andrew Livingston sets his team, Juan Mejia goes wide in the slot. Handoff inside, no fake, and Livingston takes it himself across the 25 to the 28. So he gets, call it 8 on the play. Making the stop, Del Vecchio Walls. Livingston gets the play from the sidelines, and Coach Greg Magner. By the way, this is the first year for Booker head coach Leroy Ryals. Talking with him before the ball game. He's a local boy. He played here. In fact, he has a game from 1987 that we broadcast that he was in. Handoff goes to Vlad Pierre, and Pierre is slammed down by Derek Saunders and by Matt Beltrame. And we have a flag on the play. They're close to the first down, are the Knights, but the penalty is against Miami, and we'll probably see them push back. Play won't count. Illegal motion. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Curly. Having a tough night. Booker Tornadoes have done well so far. And that's with 8 players out due to an assortment of injuries, including their number 1 kicker, Kip Zimmerman. Handoff inside, and a little bit of running room for Mike Barbick. And Barbick may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know. Looks like the Tornadoes closed in on him. Willie Johnson's going to get credit for a tackle. Loss on the play of another yard, so it's 3rd. No, check that. Gain of a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 with the ball at the 29-yard line. 24-yard line. They need to get to the 30. To the near side comes Vlad Pierre, and Pablo Suarez. Looks like passing time for Livingston. Goes up, turns the corner, going to try to take it, and he's wrestled down. Making the tackle for the Tornadoes was Ben Whitman.
Loss of a yard, the 4th and 7.
4th and 7 is the call. And it looks like Bishop Curley will be kicking again. Livingston back will stand at about his 10 or 11-yard line to accept the snap. Del Vecchio Walls is at the 47, awaiting the kick. Andrew Livingston does it all for Curley. He's the quarterback and the kicker. He's also a defensive back. 6'1", 180-pound junior, and Curley calls a timeout with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, trailing by 14. We need to let you know that next week we will be at Eyrig Field, where the Sarasota Sailors will host Coral Gables. And we're looking forward to that broadcast as well. This season will be a fun one. Our first 5 weeks, we're in 5 different stadiums. We're visiting everybody first time through.
Gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the 1994 Booker High
How good is it?
cheerleader.
Well, next week, Coral Gables at Sarasota. By the way, while we have a moment, let's tell you the schedule next weekend. Next Friday night, you'll have a chance to see Cardinal Mooney down at Bishop Verot in Fort Myers. Palmetto is on the road at Port Charlotte. Southeast is at Manatee. Hey, that'll be a fun game.
Amy Smith.
Coral Gables is at Sarasota. Booker and Venice are taking the night off. They are idle. So that's the schedule next week for high school football. As you're watching on this Saturday morning, you might be interested in going out and catching a game. And I know all the coaches, the players, the bands, the cheerleaders love to have you. High snap. Livingston gets off a wobbly punt. Walls takes it at his own 49, turns the right side, has some room, has some blockers, cuts in, but he's brought down at the 14-yard line. A 37-yard return for Delvecchio Walls. Delvecchio Walls puts the Tornadoes in the red zone again. The ball is spotted at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 there. Making the stop, saving the touchdown was Anthony Grondin, a 5'10", 165-pound junior. But the Tornadoes are knocking on the door again. Gant at quarterback, full house backfield. A different look for the Tornadoes this year. He hands off, and with the ball, Derek Saunders. Check that, Ronnie Williams. Ronnie Williams is brought down by Vlad Pierre. Gain of 4 on the play. The ball is spotted at the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and a long 6 for the Tornadoes. 33 seconds left in the first quarter, and the officials have called a timeout. They're talking about something. I think they're talking about the spot of the ball, or they're looking at some equipment, or are they looking for a contact lens the way everybody's kind of milling around? No, that can't be it. Let's see. We're just all kind of looking around right now. Something has been dropped, and we don't know what it is. If they're looking for a contact lens in grass, it's going to be really hard. I wonder if an official dropped a whistle or something. But I would think you'd see that. They certainly didn't drop a flag. Coming off the field for Booker's Willie Johnson. May have lost contact lens, may have lost a lens and glasses. Whatever the officials say, let's wind the clock and get going. There's a good look at first-year coach Leroy Ryals. The tall man right there, and now he's stepped behind one of his assistant coaches. And the handoff inside. Johnny Baker's on the cross buck. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Johnny Baker makes it touchdown number 3 on a 9-yard run. And the Booker Tornadoes are on their way. There's the run. He just ran over. I mean, he plowed over Chris Smith. Smith didn't stand a chance. Dan, if we can get a look at that again, Dan Knisp's was our producer, folks. If we can get a look at that again, I'll give you a clinic on how not to make a tackle when a guy's running that hard at you. Delvecchio Walls will try the point after. Out of the hold of Glenn Gant. That kick is good. Tornadoes better not need any field goals tonight, but I'll tell you, he's making the PATs. Now run this right into the point of the hit, Dan, and then we'll stop. I want you to watch the tackler who gets run over, number 8, Chris Smith. See, his legs are not moving. There's no way for him to stop Baker because his legs are planted still. And once you're planted, you can't make a stop because you're a solid standing up object and the runner has the force and he's going to knock you over. If he keeps his legs moving, he has a chance to stop him. Although, quite frankly, not too many people stopped Johnny Baker last week against Bayshore when he had 251 yards, and a whole lot of people didn't stop him last year when he had 1,184 yards total running yardage in 1993. But still, you got to keep your legs moving when you make a tackle. 6 seconds left in the first quarter, and Booker's already up by 3 TDs. John Baker to do the kicking. Pablo Suarez, Andrew Woon back deep. And we'll see who Baker kicks to. Kip Zimmerman, the regular kicker's out with a quadricep problem. And the kickoff is down at the 25-yard line, covered by Woon. Woon fell on the ball, and for that reason, the clock didn't move because he was down, and the clock won't start until the ball starts moving. 1st and 10, ball at the 25. The clock will wind, and I have a feeling Curley won't even come out of the huddle. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Booker 21, Archbishop Curley of Miami nothing. We'll be back with more of this high school football contest right after this.
No one brings you face to face with the world like cable TV. From the daring and dangerous hooligans of the high seas to the modern-day keepers of a culture's ancient traditions. From the very beginnings of human life to the movers and shakers of today's world, cable TV continues to provide enlightening documentary programming so you can see the world as it truly is and used to be. Comcast puts you in the fast lane.
Hey kids, you're gonna flip over the great shows cable TV has for you. There's just no stopping the fun with the variety of shows on Nickelodeon. And there's no better way to spend the day than with your favorite friends on USA. So pull up a chair and relax. It's cable TV. And kids, it's all for you.
Like it. Thank you very much.
Comcast puts you in the fast lane.
It's been all Booker here in the opening game of the 1994 regular season. The Tornadoes have moved up to Class 4A. Doesn't really mean anything, and we'll talk about the classification systems in a little bit. Livingston drops the football on the handoff. The exchange was poor, but I think the Curly Knights have picked it up. Let's see if we can find out who fell on the football. It looked like it was Andrew Livingston himself. Dr. Livingston, I presume. Here's a look at it again. Now watch as Livingston's exchange with the running back is not very good. Vlad Pierre never had a shot at it, and Livingston falls on it. Around 3 Booker Tornadoes. Curly was lucky to get it back. They are not the Curly Knights, as in curly hair. The name of the team is the Archbishop Curly Notre Dame High School Knights. If they had any more letters, they couldn't fit it on the sign in the front of the school. But it's a track meet so far tonight. Archbishop Curly cannot keep up with Booker. At least it doesn't appear that way. But it's early. We're just underway in the second quarter. In fact, just 17 seconds are gone. And I think we're having a water timeout. It seems to be a bit late for that, but maybe we didn't get one in the first quarter. In fact, we didn't get one in the first quarter that I remember. Boomer Dennis, Phil Dennis of the Sarasota Herald Tribune is sitting to our left. He doesn't get out and see many ball games. He's got a treat tonight.
The ball is on about the 22-yard line.
I formation for Curly. Livingston has an I formation behind him. And he still has Vlad Pierre in the lineup. Handoff is to Suarez, and he goes nowhere. Suarez got slapped again. Loss on the play of about 4, so it's 3rd and 15. Making the stop for Booker is Willie Johnson. Johnson is a 6-foot, 210-pound linebacker. He's a junior and a good one. 3rd and 15 for Booker. They need the early games that they've got this year. With 8 players out, it's a small squad to start with. They need to get some folks healed over the first 4 or 5 weeks. And we've got some motion on the line as Juan Mejia didn't know exactly what he was doing. He started forward, and I think he was supposed to go in motion the other way.
Illegal procedure on Miami Curly.
Coach Magner appears to have his work cut out for him.
It'll be 3rd and about 20 yards for Miami Curly.
3rd and 20 for Miami following the penalty for illegal procedure. A motion call as you look at the Booker Tornado bench. Take a look there at number 8, Steve Zeman. He's the backup quarterback. You may see him later tonight. Probably will. Livingston pitches back. The ball's on the ground at the 5. I think Booker got it. I think Booker got it at the 2. Who came up with the football for Booker? Coming up with it was Ben Whitman. Ben Whitman gives the Tornadoes first and goal at the 2-yard line. And the fans are real excited about that one. Here's the pitch, and it's a bad one. The quarterback gets hit, and that's why the ball's loose. Good defensive play to tackle the guys going for the ball, and Whitman's there, and Whitman's got it, and the Tornadoes are looking to increase their lead.
First and goal.
Our camera crew tonight doing an excellent job. We want to thank Steve Kistler and Dave Perkins for the good job they're doing. Gant, the quarterback, with a full house formation in the backfield. Gave it to the first man through, Mark DeLauder. And DeLauder got hit at the line and maybe driven back a yard. It'll be second down.
Gain on the carry. It'll be second down.
No gain, it'll be 2nd and 2 at the 2. DeLauder, a sophomore, has found his way into the lineup early. Last week, DeLauder had 4 carries for -5 yards against Bayshore, but the coaches liked what they saw of him and they put him in the lineup again. 2nd and goal. Curley showing blitz, trying to close the gap. Give inside, Ronnie Williams, touchdown, Booker. Booker's got another one. And the cheerleaders trying to get the fans excited. It is now 27-0 as you look at the replay, and Williams, Ronnie Williams, is virtually untouched. There's the give. By the time somebody sees him, he's 5 yards into the end zone. A 2-yard run for a touchdown, 27-0. And Del Vecchio Walls looking to make it 28. 3 for 3 on PATs so far tonight. High snap. Pass into the end zone is intercepted. And that'll kill the play. And what happened there was Gant is the holder. He got the high snap. Walls held up, wanted to kick the ball, but by that time, Gant had pulled up and was ready to start the broken play sequence. Every team practices a broken play for when a PAT or field goal goes awry. That time, it went awry. Walls probably could have proceeded, but Gant was already into the motion, doing what he's taught to do. So it's 27-0 Booker with 9.5 to go in the first half. There's a look at the Curly sideline, and they've got to be talking about what to do right now. There's a look at Dave Perkins on camera down on the field, and he's got that Booker Tornado Cup next to him. That's the shot he's giving you right now. Dave, that's a beautiful shot of the fence. Great fence. Oh, well. That's all right. We'll get a good picture yet of Steve Kistler. And we'll let you see what a real cameraman looks like. John Baker to kick. I'm going to hear about that comment. Perkins is a nice guy. That's a great restaurant. And there it bounces off Pablo Suarez, who covers up. Did Suarez get back to it in time? Yes, he did. And now he appears to be hobbling off the field, too. Suarez a little slow getting off the field after that. The ball bounced right off his chest. Here's the kick. Suarez, it hit the chest part of his shoulder pads. Now may have hit his face mask. And Suarez jumps on it, and as he jumps on it at the 13, he's jumped on and comes off with a bad ankle, and he's being carried to the bench on the far side. Juan Mejia and Mike Scott are wide to the near side. And we've got a fumble on the exchange, and Booker came up with the football. Who came up with it? Looks like it was Jason Jackson. Here we are, everybody. Here we go. Everybody wave in the press box. Yeah, that's me. I'm the younger one now. Now, that's my son Michael, who's helping me on statistics. Sit down, Michael, so they can see your dad. There's my dad, Michael's grandfather. Here's the replay. And let's watch the fumble. Bad handoff. You don't pitch that close. You got to give the guy the ball. 8.5 to go in the first half, and Steve Kistler is now running camera on top of the press box, and back to action. Pitch back. Lots of running room for Johnny Baker, and Baker's down inside the 10 to the 9. Mr. Touchdown Maker Baker is close to a first down at the 9-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play.
Gain of 9 for the Tornadoes.
Second down and 1 for Booker. Knocking on the door, leading by 27. Lots of time left in the first half. Derek Saunders goes wide to the right side for Booker. Walls on the near side. Baker and James Miller in the backfield in the I formation. Baker's the tailback. Quarterback is Glenn Gant. Gant gives to Miller, and Miller gets the first down and a couple more down to the 7.
First down, gain of about 1.
May have even gotten to the 5 depending on how they spot it. They'll spot it at the 6.
It's first and goal for the Tornadoes.
Tornadoes ready to jump into the end zone again. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
It'll be first and goal from about the 6-yard line.
Walls is not in the formation right now. Looks like Roney. Hand off to Baker. Baker tries the right side off tackle, gets down to about the 1. Maybe to the 2. Let's see how it's spotted. Spotted at the 2-yard line. It'll be second and goal from there. Gain of 4. I have a feeling we're going to see Steve Zeman about midway through the third quarter for Booker. Backup quarterback's going to get some work tonight. To the near side, it's Saunders, and now we have a timeout by Curley. They're sending a player to the sideline, and I think they had too many guys on the field. So rather than take the penalty, Curley calls timeout. 6:39 to go in the first half. Booker leads 27-0. And we'll be back with more with Coach Leroy Ryals' first-year Booker team right after this. Or should I have said first?
When you're searching for the most news and information, go ahead and take a look at cable. It's training, it's chopping, it's dancing, it's sharing, it's shocking, it's caring, it's predicting, it's preparing, it's watching, it's learning, it's loving, it's conditioning, it's tasting, it's instructing, it's organizing, it's visiting. It's worth watching. Comcast puts you in the fast lane.
Did you know that Play It Again Sports will buy your used golf equipment, inline skating equipment, baseball and softball equipment, exercise equipment, water ski equipment, not too interested in Hoover ball equipment, but pretty much all kinds of equipment. And not only will they buy, but they sell used and new golf equipment, inline skating equipment, baseball equipment. Nope, not this equipment. Weightlifting equipment, street hockey equipment, tennis equipment. Pretty much all kinds of equipment.
Delvecchio Walls and Derek Saunders, wide receivers, handoff inside. No, look at that. What a run and what a fake. Glenn Gant goes all the way on a little bit of running. 2 yards for Glenn Gant and a touchdown. Makes it 33. Zip. Here's a look at the replay. And look at the fake by Gant. It's really good. Everybody's expecting the ball to go to Baker. Baker sells it by diving into the line. And then Gant is all by himself. And a good bit of blocking out front by Derek Saunders, too. Saunders helped that play along by taking that linebacker out and driving him to the corner. Here's Delvecchio Walls. PAT attempt is good. And it's a 34-0 ball game. Well, the officials don't have to go far to retrieve the ball after Delvecchio Walls kicks it, but he's putting it through the uprights. Accuracy counts. You don't need distance on a PAT. You need 20 yards, and he's got it. 6:34 to go in the first half, and Booker is on its way. Booker last week scored 29 against a fairly good Bayshore High team. But Bayshore has its work cut out for it tonight. As we are broadcasting this, we don't know what exactly is going on at Balvan Stadium, but they're playing the Manatee Hurricanes. Oh, I was going to talk about the classification system. Let's do that for a second. This year, the big schools are called Class 6A. Then it's 5A, 4A, 3A, and 2A. There is no 1A in football this year. 1A is reserved now for schools that do not have football teams. So the classifications are very simple. They're exactly what they were last year plus 1 for football. That's it. But you'll hear teams referred to as 6A, and you're going to say, now we have 6 divisions. Well, we do, but Division 1, 1A, is only non-football schools. So we're looking at 4A Booker this year. They do things just to confuse us, folks, just to confuse us. Fullback Steve Cannon, who would normally be seeing a lot of action for Booker, is still out for about 2 to 3 weeks because of a knee injury. He's one of the kids they'd like to have back, but are glad that they'll have a chance to rest him. A few folks will get some rest tonight as we wait for the kickoff. Once again, John Baker will do the kicking. Mark DeLauder, the sophomore, is up close to the ball. Baker doesn't do a bad little kickoff. This time it's picked up at the 15-yard line and running room for Anthony Grondin. And Grondin gets out to about the 28-yard line. No, we're going to spot at the 29-yard line. And making the stop was George Gibson. And Andrew Woon comes out to see some action. And now we have the trainer on crutches. Trainer comes out, see what help he can provide. That young man looks to be in great pain. And it looks like they're going to look at his right knee. The knee injuries are not fun. Some of the more painful injuries. Let's take a look at how this injury occurred. We'll look at this kick return. Here's the replay now. And watch. There's the reception. And Grondin comes up, and let's see where his knee gets hit. It is right there. He landed on his knee wrong. Juan Mejia took a shot, and he got rolled on. So that's who's down, I guess. I don't have my field glasses, so I really can't tell. Let's see if it's number 3 who gets the shot. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you can see his knee go down behind him. Right there, and it's his own man who's on him. Oh, Juan Mejia, a 5'7", 145-pound senior, took the shot, and we'll let you know how he does when we come back. With 6:26 to go in the first half, it's Booker 34, Miami Curling nothing.
To reach out to one individual is to embrace all humanity. To open the eyes of one child is to broaden the possibilities of every generation. It is the compassion that lives within each of us. It is the spirit that unites us all. The very spirit that has the dedicated volunteers and nonprofit organizations of your United Way working harder than ever. Please support your United Way.
For used sports equipment of all kinds and even new sporting goods, visit your nearby Play It Again sports store. Our equipment may be used, but it's not used up.
Play It Again Sports. Look for us in the Sarasota Crossing Shopping Center, just a half a mile west of I-75 on Fruitville Road. You can't miss us. Play It Again Sports, Sarasota Crossing Shopping Center.
Juan Mejia was carried off the field by two teammates, and we are back underway. And it may be a night of attrition for Curley. Had a couple guys hit already. Inside handoff, let me get it right. And a gain of about 3 on the play. Carrying the ball for Miami Curley was Andrew Woon. And we've got a flag on the play. Let's see. It looks like the penalty is against Booker for a personal foul. And so that's 15 marked off against the Tornadoes. Ball is at the 47. It'll be first down there.
Spotted at the 47-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for Miami Curley.
First and 10, and Miami Curley has crossed midfield for only, no, they haven't crossed midfield yet. It's at their own 47. They have only crossed midfield once tonight. Their possessions have not gone well. And Livingston tried to fake it, and the Booker Tornadoes were having none of it. In the tackle was Jason Jackson. James Miller was there. Also there was Mike Hawthorne. Tornadoes swarmed Livingston. Loss of 5, second and 15 for Curley.
It'll be about second and 15.
Miami Curley didn't bring a whole lot of folks with them for tonight's game, folks. Of course, they may be with the other bus, the one that broke down. They might have thrown the fans off and put the football team on the fan bus. We don't know. Second and 15. And the pitch back goes to Pierre, and Pierre's going to try the left side. Delvecchio Walls just nailed it. Delvecchio Walls came in and wrestled him down like it was the Arcadia Rodeo on the 4th of July. Take a look at this tackle. Look at this hit, folks. It wasn't Delvecchio Walls. It was Willie Johnson. Willie Johnson made the hit. 4.5 to go. The clock keeps running mercifully for Curley as we get closer to halftime. 2 wide receivers on the near side as Livingston looks to throw, can't go anywhere. He was met quickly by Scott Meyer. And Willie Johnson was there. Jason Jackson was there. Jason Jackson made one of the big hits. It'll be 4th and 20, and Curley will kick again. The ball, as you can see, is spotted at the 39-yard line. Back deep for the Booker Tornadoes will be Jarvis Roney, a 6-foot, 170-pound sophomore. And Roney's got lots of speed, and we'll see some of it. Whoops, we may not. Oh, he's going to have time. Booker didn't have a rush on. And the ball will be down to the 39. It will be a 22-yard punt. And the Booker Tornadoes will have it first and 10 at their own 39 with 3:18 to go in the half. They lead 34-0. And for Curley, about the only thing that's gone right so far is the clock works. First and 10 for Booker. And let's see who's in at quarterback. Glenn Gant remains at quarterback. Wide receiver far side is Hawthorne. In the game now is Calvin Williams. Coming in motion to the near side is Baker. And the pitch. And look out, here we go. Running room for James Miller. All the way down to the 24-yard line. Now they're saying he's out of bounds at the 26. It is a 35-yard run for James Miller. James Miller makes it look easy. Watch this replay. There's the pitch. Watch the block Baker almost throws. And look at Miller. He ran into Chris Smith, I guess that is. Ran him out of bounds. 2:42 to go in the first half. Booker showing a bit of a different formation here. Sends a man in motion. That's Calvin Williams. Inside handoff. Johnny Baker. Gone. 27 yards and a touchdown. How many touchdowns is that for Baker tonight? That's his second. Gantz got 2 touchdowns in the air. Baker's got 2 on the ground. Gantz also got 1 on the ground. And here's the replay as Booker cracks the 40-point mark. And look at Baker go. Kind of waltzed in. Nobody near him. Del Vecchio Walls. We'll try the point after. Ball is down. Walls' kick is good. No good. Must have been wide. Looked good from here. That shows me I should not anticipate. 40-0. Let's see if Curley can handle a kickoff this time without having any problems. Special teams have not done well for Curley tonight. Frankly, the offense hasn't done well for Curley tonight. The defense hasn't done well for Curley tonight. The bus and Boomer Dennis suggests that the bus driver didn't do too well for Curley tonight. I think we've had enough broken down bus strokes. There's Don Raynone, the athletic director, former head coach of the football team. I don't know why he's shaking his head. Sponsors for tonight's game, by the way, we want to thank them. Play It Again Sports at the Sarasota Crossing Shopping Center, where I spent a little bit of time this summer looking around at a lot of equipment, trying to decide on presents for my statistician who's with us tonight. And Albertsons and the Landing Shopping Center, where I've been known to pick up some groceries. Kickoff goes deep, and it's fumbled again, but picked up. Grondin is back to the 18-yard line before he's buried under a pile of purple jerseys. Getting credit for the tackle was Mike Hawthorne. Also there was Jason Jackson. I mean, there were a bunch of tornadoes. I understand why they call this place Tornado Alley. Ball is spotted at the 18, 1st and 10 for the Knights of Miami Archbishop Curley High School. Wide to the far side is Mike Scott. To the near side comes Flory Castaneda. Booker gets an extra linebacker in a hurry. Coming in late was Mark DeLauder. And we've got a flag on the play and nowhere to go as Scott Meyer comes in to make the stop on the handoff. 1:44 to go on the first half clock, and the officials are going to suggest we have a dead ball foul, illegal procedure, until the play won't count.
That'll be 5 yards.
And so, the penalty will make it 1st and 15.
It'll be 1st and 15.
Curley having its problems. Coach Greg Magner and assistants Peter Proctor and Bill Scatta. It's going to be a long bus ride Livingston going all the way at quarterback so far. And breaks out of one tackle, turns it around, probably should have gone down because he got three Booker Tornadoes hit him, led by James Miller. Also there, it looked like Jason Jackson again. Scott Meyer was there. As you look at the situation, second down and about 20 with the ball spotted on the 5. So that would make it 22. Second and 22 for the Tornadoes. Check that, for the Knights of Curley High School. Livingston has Mike Scott behind him. The pitch is to Scott, and Scott is hit close to the goal line by James Miller. What a dangerous play from your 5, a pitch back to a man in the end zone. I want to tell you that Mike Scott barely got out of the end zone before he was tackled. Here's a look at it again. Now look where number 21, the tailback in the I formation, gets the football. He's a yard deep, and Miller was right there. If Miller's a half step quicker, that's a safety. Clock is rolling. I don't think we'll see another play. 4, 3, 2, 1. We've reached halftime with the score. Booker 40, Curley nothing. We'll be back with more high school football right after this.
How is technology changing?
In schools across the country, educators continue to seek out new ways to motivate young minds.
Now watch this.
That's why 2/3 of America's schools have cable in the classroom. Teachers choose from hundreds of powerful programs designed for the classroom, and it's completely commercial-free.
I can show them so much of the world, and they respond to it.
Cable in the classroom. Find out if your school uses it. Teachers and Cable, partners in learning.
Kick off September with the Super Sports Showdown on cable TV. TNT will sock it to you with the best live coverage of the kicks and collisions of the NFL. TBS will whisk you to the finish line on the fastest tracks in the circuit. And TNN will let you loose with the riders and wrestlers of the rodeo. Sports action that can't be matched, found only on Comcast. Comcast puts you in the fast lane.
It's a 40-0 ball game. Booker leads Bishop Curley, Archbishop Curley of Miami, and Booker is going to get the second half kickoff. Doing the kicking, Andrew Livingston. Livingston, who's also the Curley quarterback, approaches the ball, and it gets by the Tornadoes. Will not roll into the end zone. You got to pick it up at the 1. And still on his feet and battling for a little bit of yardage, the Booker Tornado got down to the 9-yard line after expecting the ball to fall into the end zone. And who was it who covered up that football? It looked like it was Mike Hawthorne. They're going to spot the ball at the 9, 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. Well, this is their worst field position of the night. We'll see if they can do anything from here. They lead 40-0. Clock is rolling. At quarterback, it remains Glenn Gant, the number 1 quarterback.
Chris Smith.
Chris Smith. Glenn Gant is at quarterback. And the handoff is to Calvin Williams, and Williams turns it upfield. Look at him go. And we've got a flag down as the tackle is made close to the 40-yard line. And I was wrong. Steve Zeman wears number 8. He's the quarterback for Booker. Let's see what the penalty's about. Booker is going to get called for the penalty. Here's the replay. Watch as Zeman gives to Calvin Williams. Then Williams just turns it upfield and pours on the speed.
10 yards.
They'll still get the first down and some yardage. The penalty is from the spot of the foul, which was well beyond the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 23. Coming wide to the near side is Derek Saunders as Zeman gets a chance to run most of the first team offense. Calvin Williams ran it last time, and he goes in motion again. Give is up the middle, and Ronnie Williams gets a couple out to about the 29-yard line. Maybe they'll spot it at the 30.
45 and 24.
Williams carried twice for 6 yards in the first half. John, Mr. Touchdown Maker Baker, 5 carries for 62 yards. Booker scored on all 6 of their possessions in the first half. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Booker got the ball at the 9 after some problems with the kickoff. And Zeman now is running the offense, and coming in motion is Ronnie Williams. The give is to Williams as he turns the right side and gets some blocking out front and is run out of bounds at the 45-yard line in Curly territory. Just inside the 45-yard line, and a nice run there as the Booker Tornadoes show that even the second team can run well. A 26-yard run for Ronnie Williams. 1st and 10. And Zeman sends Williams in motion again, but this time hands off to the fullback, Byron Lavender, I believe it was. No, check that. Mark DeLauder. And DeLauder lost a yard.
45.
2nd down and 11. Tackle made by Anthony Grondin. Grondin's doing a great job for Curly tonight. He's one of the standout players. This time Ronnie Williams comes in motion deep. Zeman fakes the pitch and then gives inside, and the ball's on the ground, and I think Curly got it. They did. And coming up with the football was Grondin again. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Curly. 40-0, Booker leads, but Curly now has come up with their first turnover of the night. Curly turned the ball over twice on fumbles. They dropped the ball 4 times and got it back twice, gave it to Booker twice. Booker has just returned the favor. Curly comes out 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Livingston calls the snap, fakes, rolls right, pressure, turns the corner and gets upfield across the 50 to the 44-yard line. And now we got some flags. I think we may either have a late hit or we might have a face mask penalty.
33 got him.
Let's see what the signal is from the official. He comes over to the near side. Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Booker. Willie Johnson is credited with making the tackle. So whatever happened after the tackle occurred, as he was brought out of bounds at the 49-yard line in Booker territory, it'll be enough for a first down after the penalty is marked off. In fact, it gets all the way inside the Booker 35 to the 34-yard line. And one of the great gains of the night for Curly.
You need to pick up your mic and ticket gate.
And we've got some motion in the backfield. And you know what? That running back could have gotten away with it if he had done something other than do that little startle there. Grondin that time took a couple steps, but if he had turned and just kept running, he would have gotten away with it because it would have looked like motion. But what probably would have happened was he would have missed the handoff he was supposed to get. But it looked for a second like it was a legitimate motion.
He went to stop.
And if he hadn't stopped, they wouldn't have called it. And all of a sudden it was like, whoops. Whoops, there it is. First and 15 for Curly at the Booker 38-yard line. Handoff? No. Livingston keeps it himself, turns it upfield, gets back to 5, maybe another yard after that, before he got met by about all the purple that was on the field. The Tornadoes were there. Bart Stevens was the head Tornado, or the lead Storm. I formation this time for Curly, and the handoff, second man through, and the tailback is making some running room. And I'll tell you what, getting the ball and doing some moving. And we've got a Booker Tornado down. The carry goes out to the 26-yard line. It'll be close to a first down. But let's see which Booker Tornado is down. It may be 62 Jason Jackson. 62 Jason Jackson, 6 foot, 230-pound linebacker, or defensive lineman in this case. He is a sophomore, and he's going to shake it off and come off the field. You're right, he is a big boy, Dan. Third down and 3 as the ball is spotted back at the 28-yard line. Ball needs to get close to the 25. There you get a look at the Booker sideline. Lots of close-shaved heads this year around schools. I've noticed it on several campuses. Livingston looks to throw, passes incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of Pluri Castaneda, a 6 foot, 175-pound junior. Fourth and 2 for Curly. Do you go for it here? Might as well. A punt would go into the end zone most likely. I mean, what have you got to lose when you're down 40-0? You might as well go for it. And we got a timeout while they're going to talk it over. 6:40 to go in the third quarter. The score, Booker 40 and Curly nothing. We'll be back with more right after this.
I'm Jeff Bodine. You know, it takes a lot of work to put together a winning team. The right car, driver, and training, plus a little luck and teamwork. Even then, there's no guarantee. But in the Army National Guard, you are guaranteed the right training in the field of your choice. An opportunity to serve your country, state, and community 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. They'll even help you pay for college or trade school. I know because I've spent some great years as a member of the National Guard team. So get your life on the right track and become a part of a great team, the Army National Guard.
Livingston on 4th and 2 as Curly decides to go for it. Handoff, and I think he got it. The official indicates first down. Carrying the ball was Marcus Thuman. Thuman got the first down and maybe a half a yard more. All he needed was 2. Take a look at the replay. Watch the handoff. I said it was Thuman. I was wrong. It was Vlad Pierre. Pierre on the carry. And what? Another timeout. The officials called the water timeout. Now, folks, I am going to ask in the name of common sense why they didn't do the water timeout at the same time Curly called their timeout. Why would we call a timeout, then run one play and call an official timeout? I mean, I'm sure the officials probably have some kind of regulation, and I know I'm going to hear from the Gulf Coast officials about this apparent criticism, but it's not a criticism, it's just a question that I'm sure I'll get a letter about sometime this week. So now the officials say, let's play football, and they roll the clock, so here we go. About 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Livingston with the I formation. Keeps it himself. Pitches. And a good bit of running. Look at that. Vlad Pierre. Well, there's so many consonants in his name. Vlad Pierre gets all the way down to the 6-yard line, and it looks like he's got a first down as they move the sticks. Take a look at this replay. And what happens here is a lot of young Booker players are not prepared to make the tackle on Pierre. Nobody's covering him. There's no containment. And he outruns 2 Booker players there. And Jarvis Roney tries to make a hit on him. And finally, John Baker took him out. Baker took him out at about the 8-yard line. First and goal. Now, why did the official? We're ready to play. Going to the far side is Mike Scott. Tailback is Vlad Pierre. Livingston eludes a Booker tackler, but he can't elude them all. He got nailed by a bunch of them. Looked like Jason Jackson was there along with Scott Meyer. Baker was over in on the tackle. Loss on the play back to the 13-yard line. It'll be second and goal from there. And Livingston just can't get away from Booker Tornadoes. You know, he's going to be seeing purple jerseys in his dream tonight. To the near side, it's Castaneda. They have yet to throw a pass. Handoff inside goes just about nowhere, maybe a yard gain. Steelweiler gets the call that time, and it is now, that's Neuweiler, excuse me, Dutch Neuweiler. 5'9", 165-pound senior. Third and goal from the 11. Got to stick it in the end zone here. Curley looking for its first points of the night. Mike Scott running hard to get to the far side for the formation, and now Curley calls a timeout. 3:36 to go in the third quarter. We want to remind you that next week we are going to be at Sarasota's Irick Field to bring you the game between the Sailors and Coral Gables. But there's a lot of other games in the area you might want to get to and watch our game on Saturday morning. Bayshore visits DeSoto. Cardinal Mooney's on the road down to Fort Myers to visit Bishop Faroe. Wauchula Hardy hosts Charlotte. Lemon Bay is at home against Estero for the South County folks. Southeast is at Manatee. Boy, is that going to be a matchup. Palmetto's at Port Charlotte. Miami Pace visits the Riverview Rams. Booker and Venice have the night off. Later on in the season, 2 weeks from this morning, as you're watching this, we'll have the Southeast Riverview game. Then on Saturday, September 24th, we'll be broadcasting Lake Placid at Cardinal Mooney. On September 30 days, on 1st of October, we will have for you the Riverview Rams hosting Tampa Gaither. That's what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Here's the play, and the pass into the end zone, incomplete. The intended receiver, Castaneda, had not even turned around when Livingston unloaded on fourth down, and Booker will take over. Livingston had him open. If Castaneda had just turned around, they might have had 6. Oh, now it's fourth down. Excuse me. The scoreboard clock had shown fourth down on the play. I guess I must have missed one somewhere.
You?
Me? Boomer Dennis down on the far side, making excellent record of what's happening tonight. I always got to tease one of the newspaper writers, folks. Livingston trying hard into the end zone. It's still in the air, incomplete. I'll tell you, it was up in the air, 0 for 2 in the air for Livingston, by the way. 0 for 3. 0 for 3. Passing game not working for him either. 3:17 to go in the third quarter, and Booker will get the ball, except that there's a flag on the play. Let's see what this is all about. The referee is talking on the sidelines. Now he's coming out to the middle of the field. Dead ball foul, personal foul. Booker. That'll give him a first down. Curley will get the ball, first and goal, half the distance. Let's see what the officials do. They are talking it over. They're moving the sticks the other way. Booker will get the ball, apparently. Yep, because the personal foul occurred after the fourth down. The ball turns over at the end of the fourth down. So, wait a minute. No, now the off. I wish the guys with the sticks would just go do something, because right now I'm totally confused. And that's not a good position for the announcer to be in. The ball is at...
First and 10 for the Tornado.
It is first and 10 for Booker. Okay. The official says first down Booker. Okay. So now the Booker offense comes on, the Curley defense comes on. And I thought that we had it straightened out for a minute or two, and then everything looked different again. The official says let's play ball. I agree. Dan, can we erase about the last 2 minutes of this tape? Zeman in at quarterback. Sends a man in motion to the near side. And coming around the end and getting up ahead of steam. And look at the running there by Mark DeLauder. DeLauder all the way out to the 41-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 42, first and 10. And the Booker Tornadoes got a good-looking sophomore running back who gets lots of blocking. And look at the block up front. They bounce off him. He drags a couple guys with him. Nice 32-yard run for the Tornadoes. And an official timeout. Are we checking equipment? Here we go. Zeman. Hands off to Calvin Williams, and look at Williams turn the corner. He's got the first down and more, and some flags all over the place at the 45-yard line, and we'll see what those flags are about. Which way are we going with this one? Watch the man in the white hat. That's Bob Hipple. He's the referee. He's the one who will face the cameras and tell us what it's all about. Holding against Booker. And here's the replay. Let's see if we can pick up where the hold is. Had to come at the end of the play, judging by where the flag was. Oh, I see what the hold is. There's a Booker Tornado laying on top of one of the Curley players, preventing him from getting up. And that's the hold. In high school football, that's definition is a hold. First and 9 is the way it works out with the ball at the 42-yard line, because the penalty is from the spot of the foul. Pitch back, DeLauder again. DeLauder got the first down and some more at the 44-yard line. And a nice tackle by Curvins Jacob, a sophomore defensive lineman. Came across and made a good job. Good tackle there. It'll be first down for the Tornadoes as they spot it. And we've got another penalty. We're going to walk it back again. This time the flag is back at the line of scrimmage. So they'll mark off 10 from there. And the Booker Tornadoes are showing first game behaviors right now. Ball is just outside the 30-yard line. We'll call it the 30. It will be first down and 12, first down and 22 for Booker. First and 22 for the Tornadoes inside 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Motion to the near side is Ronnie Williams. Pass left side is complete to Jarvis Rooney. And he's wrestled out of bounds. Rooney got about 5 on the play, maybe a little more. They're going to call it a gain of 7, second down and 15 for Booker. Clock continues to run with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. It would appear that they've gone to a running clock now, because even if a play goes out of bounds, they'll just stop the clock for a moment and they continue to roll the clock shortly thereafter. We will see if that continues to be the case. In motion is Calvin Williams. Pass. In and out of the hands of Derek Saunders. Saunders almost had it. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass with 56 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Booker Tornado Band is under a new director this year, and they're in the process of putting it all together. So maybe next time we're out here, we'll get to hear the Tornado Band. Third and 15 for Booker. Backup quarterback Steve Zeman, a senior, is running the offense now. In motion, it's Ronnie Williams. Pitchback is in and out of the hands of DeLauder. He got it and fell down on the turf to cover it up, and it's fourth down. Punt team comes on. Punt team for the Booker Tornadoes. .26 seconds left. Baker to do the punting. Back deep is Brendan Fogarty. Good snap. Baker gets off a honey of a kick. Fogarty calls for a fair catch. It takes a curly bounce, and it's down at the 41-yard line. And that's the end of the third quarter. And so we've finished 3 with a score of Booker 40, Curly nothing. We are off and running in a big game. The winner of this one goes to the playoffs. The loser goes home.
High school football is brought to you locally in part by Play It Again Sports.
Ask a movie lover why they love Cinemax, and they'll tell you it's because it's funny, explosive, romantic, adventurous, dramatic, and hilarious. But with the most movies on premium TV, the best word to describe Cinemax is value. So if you're a movie lover, call Comcast and order Cinemax today. It's the best movie value on TV.
Miami Curly has the ball first and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Livingston has been the quarterback all the way. He's looking to throw. Pass is incomplete. It was a nice bounce pass to Mike Scott. It landed about 5 yards in front of him. I think Livingston is just feeling the pressure at this point. He may be a bit shell-shocked. This Booker team has been on them hard tonight. Clock has stopped with 11:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Ow. I formation for Curley. Livingston keeps it himself, tries the left side, and he's still on his feet. My, what a creative bit of running by Mr. Livingston. He got about 3 yards, and then he went back about 3. Couldn't get any more yardage and ended up losing some. So it's third down, about 12. And the Knights are looking for some points at this point. Trail by 40. There's the handoff and up the middle, and the ball is loose. Did the Tornadoes get it? I think they're going to say that the runner was down, and that was Dutch Neuweiler. Baker fell on the fumble, but I don't know if they're going to call it a fumble. I think they're going to say he was down. And in the meantime, there's a Tornado down. Let's take a look at the replay here. Here's the pitch or the handoff. Neuweiler goes down, then the ball pops out. Now, the ground can't cause a fumble.
Miami quickly recovered the football.
So it'll be fourth down.
It's going to be fourth at about 12
And whatever Tornado was down is now back up, and apparently none the worse for wear, because nobody's come out of the game. Clock's rolling. Inside 10.5. Booker last year started out 4-0. There's a pitch back, and it was a good pickoff by Pierre. Pierre got the ball and took it forward to about the 47-yard line. But not enough for a first down, and the Tornadoes will take over on downs. As we said, last year, Booker started out 4-0 before running into Port Charlotte, I think it was. It was their homecoming game. What a night to lose your first one. I think we broadcast that game too, now that I remember back. First and 10 for Booker at the Miami Curley 47-yard line. Coming off the field very slowly is Vlad Pierre. He's trying to stretch out some muscles, it looks like. I don't know if he got a twisted ankle or what, but he's being accompanied off the field by one of the coaches or a trainer, but he's okay now. And here come the Tornadoes to the near side. It's Derek Saunders to the far side. Sophomore Jarvis Roney. Senior Zeman is the quarterback. Steve hands off, and look at the run by Calvin Williams. He turns it upfield for 3. He broke into daylight and cut outside, but couldn't turn the corner after that. But he got 3, so it'll be second down and 7 for the Tornadoes. Expect the Tornadoes to keep the ball on the ground about the rest of the night. They want to get out of this. They're winning well, and they'll just take the victory and go home. Thank you. Those who are watching this morning on the Saturday replay of this broadcast are going to say, hey, we had a pretty good night. And running room there for DeLauder. No, Ronnie Williams. Ronnie Williams didn't get much running room. In fact, he lost all 3 that they had gained the play before. So it'll be second down and 10.
It's going to be third and about 9 yards for the Tornadoes.
Third down and 10 for Booker. Ball is at the 44-yard line. It's a short 10. It's just really, it's either a long 9 or a short 10. Call it 9.5. Saunders to the far side, Roney to the near side, Steve Zeman at quarterback. Who's he got in the backfield? DeLauder. And Calvin Williams. Williams turns the corner, may have the first down. It depends on where it's spotted. Clock continues to roll, and I don't know if he got the first down. It was awful close to the stick. Let's take a look at the replay and watch the run by Calvin Williams. He's got a burst of speed as he turns the corner. Watch this. Boom! Right there. And I think he's just shy of the stick. They're going to say it's 4th and 1.
Just shy of first down. It'll be 4th down and inches.
In the backfield, Ronnie Williams. On the near side, it's Chris Frazier as a wide receiver. And Zeman may just keep it himself. Nope. Gives to Williams. And Ronnie Williams, lots of room down to the 19-yard line. But there's a flag on the play. It was in the defensive secondary. And it looks like it's against the Booker Tornadoes. Holding, and it was away from the play. It was away from the play. Killed a gorgeous run by Ronnie Williams. As the Tornadoes start marching back, so do the Knights of Archbishop Curley. And we'll look at the replay. We'll see if we can pick up where the penalty is. Now there goes Ronnie Williams. There's the flag. And somebody grabbed a leg and tried to hold him. We didn't see who it was. And there's the tackle. 4th and about 5 for Booker. This penalty again from the spot of the foul. It was a 10-yard penalty, but it occurred about 6 yards down from where the play originated. Here's Calvin Williams around the left side, and he's got the first down and more out of bounds at the 26 after a nice tackle by Brendan Fogarty. The 147-pound junior did a great job wrestling him out of bounds. And the Booker fans are here, and they're enjoying the game. They have not left, despite the lopsided score. And there's the run by Calvin Williams. And the tackle up high around the neck by Brendan Fogarty. 1st and 10. Zeman gives to Ronnie Williams, and Williams breaks loose of the tackle and turns it back around the other way. Look at that run down to the 20-yard line, and he's bounced down by Anthony Grondin. Well, I'll tell you, that was going nowhere, and then Ronnie Williams turned it around, and you'll see a great tackle on this play by, a great block by Johnson. Johnson's down, number 62. And Jackson turns it around and makes a great block. And that tackle looked like it hurt a bit. At the 20-yard line, it's 2nd and 5 for the Tornadoes. They may be winning, but they haven't slouched off any. Steve Zeman with the I formation. Gives to Calvin Williams right up the middle. He's running it up the gut. Takes it outside and in for the touchdown. Touchdown by the Booker Tornadoes, Calvin Williams. And there it is, 5:20 to go in the game. Booker leads 46-zip. Here's the replay. And watch Calvin Williams just go right up the gut of the Curly defense. And he took a shot right at the end.
How many yards? That was Calvin Williams, right?
That was Calvin Williams. And we're going to get a water break here.
How many yards? 20 yards. No, because the other guy picked up 6 times.
Now I don't know if the timeout is for the water break. He did signal that it is the water break before the point after. In between a touchdown and a point after, they're going to call the water break when there's a natural timeout after the point after. .520 to go in the game. Booker leads 46-zip, and we'll see the try for point coming up here in just a minute. Delvecchio Walls has done some admirable kicking tonight, considering he's not the team's #1 kicker. Kip Zimmerman is the #1 kicker for this ball club, and he's out with a quadricep injury. So here we go. Walls to try the point after. And Walls gets the ball on the fly after it goes through the hands of the holder, and the pass is incomplete. But I'll tell you, Glenn Gant couldn't hold the ball, and it went right into Del Vecchio Walls' hands. So the try is no good, and it's 46-0 Booker, and we'll be back.
Programming this original, this adventurous, this exciting, and this affordable can only be from the Disney Channel. Call Comcast today and experience the wonder of the Disney Channel.
We are off and running in a big game. The winner of this one goes to the playoffs. The loser goes home.
High school football is brought to you locally in part by Albertsons.
Johnny Baker to kick off. Booker leads 46-0. They're having a great opening night. And the kick to Grondin. And man, did he get hit. What a shot. The Booker Tornadoes. Mark DeLauder put something on him that Ajax won't take off, folks. Gave him a shot. 5 minutes to go in the ball game, and Curley's looking either for some score or a quick exit. And yeah, they got here late, and the offense hasn't shown up yet. Now the Knights are ready with the I formation. At quarterback, it's Andrew Woon, and Woon got maybe a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Second down and 8 after the 2-yard gain by Woon, and the time continues to roll mercifully for Curley. Woon at quarterback is the #2 man. He's not listed at all as a quarterback in the scheme provided before the ball game. Woon looks going to keep it himself again. He is a running back, and he got maybe another yard. And John Baker makes the stop. But you know, you got to figure Baker's the touchdown maker on offense. One of the characters of the the California Highway Patrol in Chips was John Baker, so they might call him the traffic stopper on defense. I don't know if that one will catch on, but he plays some good defense too. To the far side goes Pluri Castaneda. And Mike Michelle in the backfield is the setback. And a high pitch. Nice job by Brendan Fogarty to haul it in. He gets a big loss. And he was lucky to get the ball. Loss of about 5 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 13. Making the stop was Brian Beagle. There's a look at some of the Tornado faithful.
2 minutes, Mike.
You know, looking at them, you'd find it hard to believe that Booker was up 46-0. They're a quiet bunch. Oh, somebody's getting them started now. There we go. The comment woke them up. 2:17 to go in the ball game, and Curley on 4th down looks like they're going to punt. And there's a timeout called by Brendan Fogarty. Fogarty didn't like what he saw as the punter. And let's take a moment while we have it to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Play It Again Sports in the Sarasota Common Shopping Center. Second year they've been with us here on our high school football broadcasts, and also Albertsons in the Landing Shopping Center. We want to welcome them aboard for our broadcast this year. We also want to thank our production crew tonight. Our producer is the inimitable Dan Knispel. Our director is the sensational, what's his name again? Scott Willie. Scott, what's his name? Scott Wilson. That's his name. I had it written down here somewhere. Steve Kistler and Dave Perkins on cameras. Thanks, guys. And Stacy back at the studio. 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the game. Punt time. Here is the snap. Kind of got there a little late. Livingston took an extra hop, and the ball will bounce down at the 40 and roll forward, taking a curly roll to the 44-yard line. The clock rolls with 1:50, and now it stops. Booker. And the Booker Tornadoes rolling out. They're making the announcement now that our broadcast, as you are watching it, will be on Comcast Channel 4 at 10 o'clock. Pre-game show at 9:30, Harpoon Howard. 1st and 10. As now, Delvecchio Walls is running the offense. Walls gives to Larry Brown, and Brown's off to the races. They're not going to stop him. Larry Brown puts another one in. Makes it 52. 52-0. And what? Delvecchio Walls at quarterback and Larry Brown at running back. Take a look at the replay. Larry Brown just took off. There's the give. Cuts back against the grain. Look at that wall of blockers. And he's gone. Roney has to get out of his way. There he goes. Touchdown. 52-0. That whole play is set up by the offensive line, which did a great job of setting up a wall on cutting back against the grain. Did they get Ryals? They did. First victory as a head coach in the regular season. Kick by Walls is good. 53-0, 1:13 to go. Leroy Ryals gets a bath. He's going to have to take the shower tonight before he heads up into Georgia. He told me before the ball game he was going to accompany his mom up to Georgia for a funeral tomorrow. They were planning on leaving right after he finished up his duties after the game tonight. But because this one got started late, you may not be able to do that. So, Coach, if you're taping it, congratulations on your first victory. So Booker looks like they're 1-0. I don't see any realistic way that Archbishop Curley can score 53 points in 1 minute and 13 seconds. It would make the Houston Oilers collapse last year in the playoffs look like child's play if Booker should lose this league. Is Frank Reich in the building anywhere? Is he anywhere around for Bishop Curley tonight? Deep kick down to the 7-yard line, and Suarez can't hold on to it. Gets it at the 6, and his arm wrestled down. And Curley, do we have the ball? Curley will get the ball at the 11-yard line. A minute left on the scoreboard clock, and the official says, wind it up, let's go. I agree. Let's tell you how the scoring occurred as the clock continues to roll. 9:14 to go in the first quarter. Gant hit Hawthorne for a 23-yard touchdown pass. Delvecchio's kick was good. Then a 74-yard pass from Gant to Delvecchio with 4:39 to go in the first quarter. Delvecchio's kick Delvecchio's kick was good. It's 14-0. Then on a 9-yard run, John Baker made it 21-0 after Wall's kick was good. Delvecchio Walls doing a great job tonight, and the handoff inside. Woon gets some running room. Woon is down to the 30-yard line and a first down. In the second quarter, 2-yard run, and Delvecchio Walls couldn't make the kick. It was 27-0. Then Gant ran from 2 yards out. Wall's kick was good. It was 34-0. Then with 12:34 gone, or left to go in the half, make that 2:34. Baker ran in from 24 yards. It was 40-0 at that point. And then in the fourth quarter, Calvin Williams ran in from 20 yards out, and Larry Brown ran in from 44 yards out. Final score, 53-0 Booker. And what a night it's been for the Tornadoes. We will see you next week from Eyrig Field, where the Sarasota Sailors will host Coral Gables. We'll see you then.
Before you reach out.
Narcotics Anonymous. Call us or write Box 9999, Van Nuys, California.
This is Comcast Cable Channel 4, Sarasota, Venice, and the beaches.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Comcast Saturday Morning Football, Comcast Channel 4, Comcast part of the community. Booker, Venice, Cardinal Mooney, Sarasota, Riverview, you name it. On any Friday night, any given Friday night, we'll be at any one of the fields. But tonight, Comcast joins the undefeated crew at Booker High School, the Tornadoes 7-0. Under first-year coach Leroy Ryals. We'll be chatting with him in just a moment, but I promised one of Leroy's assistant coaches, Billy Sunday, who I have known for probably maybe 10, 12, 13 years, that I would say hello, Donna. Donna lives in Dallas. Donna is Billy's daughter, and your dad told me to tell you, call anytime you want and go ahead and call collect. Your dad would come and come right here and say hello to you himself, but he's busy way in the back in the locker room talking to the young people getting ready for tonight's game. So from Billy Sunday and all your family down here, Donna, to you in Dallas, hello from all of us. And you can tell it's a little bit breezy, but it's a wonderful night for football. Hope you're enjoying Dallas.